Now, I think when I was initially planning to invade Ulthuan, I was just going to occupy the settlements rather than sack them, because I wanted to keep the population surplus, but in that case I just felt it necessary to raze it to the ground. I'm still leveling up Tor Amrock, and Tor Amrock's actually doing pretty well for public order, surprisingly. Okay. 2 turns until our rite is complete. Exoatl is pretty damn close to the last ritual. So maybe we have Nalosi head down to Hexoatl, try and stop their ritual. That might be a nice idea, actually. And then we just have Malekith continue the invasion. The only issue with doing that is I can't ever see myself having enough men to take over Ulthuan. Unless we do it with Moksha instead. Because we've got quite a lot of time, I think. Not entirely sure how fast Hexoatl's going there, but if we get Moksha his replenishment back,
join us.
We can destroy these orc armies and then continue down with him instead. That's probably a better idea. Okay. Meanwhile, we will end the turn.
Lord of the Black Tower.
And next time round, we will destroy Salvation Isles. We could also go and raise the Griffin Gate. Ingmir is on his way, though. So maybe he's a target for us. I reckon he's going to go siege Tor Amrock, though, which is fine. We should have Malekith back in time to defend it, and if not, I think the walls are going to be done soon. The Nordhammer is saying, save up for a 4th army and send that to support Malekith. I think that would possibly take too long. I don't have the income right now to support that either, because I haven't really been expanding. Like, we've been winning all of these battles and so on, like especially like the defensive siege of Tor Amrock, but at the end of the day, for the past 20 turns, maybe more, we haven't really taken any new settlements. Currently, though, Cult of Pleasure is annihilating Hexoatl. So Moksha might have a good chance if he goes down south to help them out. And we could just stop them dead in their tracks. As for the High Elves, Malekith's already there, so that's fine. Another follower gained. I think we destroyed the Griffin Gate once. And we're not in range to hit this Salvation Isles. So maybe we go for the Griffin Gate instead, or we just head back to attack Ingmir. I'm not sure. We are going to upgrade the Blood Rack Cauldron though on the Admiral Corran Bannier here. And when we get enough population surplus, what we can do is get another one of these army abilities upgraded. I think, like I said before, I've got enough time to go to like the Salvation Isles and destroy it and get back to save Tor Amrock. Thor Ramrock has completed the Slave Gate. So if we go to its garrison, it's okay. I don't think it's necessarily going to be good enough to defeat India though. We've taken the Griffin Gate before. Sack value of that is 28,000. Sack value of Salvation Isle is 22,000. Maybe if we go for the sack onto the Griffin Gate, we can use that to fund an army. Maybe go negative, and then that will... Yeah, the 4th army can go down south. I definitely want the Losi over here.
Cast the rigging.
T-Mac has leveled up. I think getting him the Bowed by contract is quite a nice idea, just because an extra 25 leadership is quite insane. And we may as well try and get down to Kragoth Deep if we can. No idea why he's taking or getting barely any replenishment. Casualty replenishment rate is reduced because of the unpleasant climate. It's probably also reduced because of the corruption.
The air is thick with murder.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. At least Kragoth Deep's defended for now. There's an upgrade available up here. It's fine. Where did we spend all that cash? I don't know. But either way, we're going to have plenty of cash extra in the next turn. As we probably will be able to assault the Griffin Gate almost straight away. I guess one thing we might have to be worried about is that army jumping onto the water and killing our admiral. But I think we're okay for now. We'll recruit the next army in the next turn once we've taken the gate. And one thing we have to consider is that our ritual is actually going to be complete at the end of this turn, and the minus 10% upkeep we get for doing the ritual will be gone. So there's that. Now these new armies that Luthen is pumping out don't look that good, which is nice. But there is still a lot of armies, and they are all coming my direction. We will sack the Griffin Gate, we will book it back to Thor Ramrock, and hopefully be able to defend it. Thanks everyone who's come along to watch anyway. It's good to see you all here. Both those of you on the stream, of course, and on the VOD. Thanks for watching, indeed. I'm surprised the Cult of Pleasure hasn't taken that yet.
I bring you before the Lord of the Black Tower.
They're offering me a non-aggression pact. They are strength rank 1. They're pretty big actually. Yeah, they own a lot of land here. And they are military allies with the Cult of Pleasure. So this is probably actually a good idea. So let's go for the non-aggression pact, and maybe we can start trading with them. Maybe start getting the defensive alliance, and that would reveal basically that entire continent for us, which would be really cool.
In the north reigned the fourth sacrifice. One close to the cold heart of the sorceress. A warrior, an enslaver, a warlord, a lover. Not that her beauty was spared the assassin's blade. The prize of a murdered paramour is not to be given freely. Only a brother could offer a sister such a gift.
Wow. So that's that done. Mission aborted to defeat the Bone Clubbers tribe of Gormorg Radhir, because it looks like the settlement defended itself. That's a ritual of the unrequited lover complete, and our mission issued to capture 5,000 battle captives. It's pretty nuts. That gives us the Armor of Midnight. My king, the scrolls of Hecate reveal things to me. Vortex, the renegade smith who forged your armor, was he as skilled as the legends proclaim? Do the runes of spite in your armor fade? I think they do. His sigils have an expiry, and that day comes. Why do I tell you this, your majesty? Because you have my soul cage. Drench the sigils in blood of your enemies, and the levy will be paid, the armor restored. And perhaps you'll grant me the boon of returning my soul. So Malekith will get 12 armor, 6 melee defense, 20% physical resistance, and -2 wound recovery time. I'm not entirely sure that's better than what he has already. What did we give him? We gave him quite good armor, like Chillblade. I guess it is better than Chillblade.
The Asa cling to tradition.
Right, we are going to attack the Griffin Gate. Cozy says, go back to Tor Anrock now. You will get weakened after sacking the gate and gangbanged by multiple armies. Potentially. It's going to take them a little while to get round, though. And I think Tor Anrock should be fine. I mean, we replenish. And the Griffin Gate is like an easy take, for example. We're just going to auto-resolve it, and we're going to sack it. Because we already destroyed the Griffin Gate once, otherwise I probably would have fought that battle, but we've done it before. And we'll do it again in the future, I'm sure. That's going to complete our quest as well, which gives us 1,500 in the Scrolls of Hecate. We also now have our quest to gain Destroyer, which will give us plus 12% weapon strength, plus 12 melee attack, post-battle chance of stealing magic item plus 50%, and attack scores discouraged effect, reducing leadership. That's actually insane. That ability is not that great. But let's read the description. Val's anvil is a volcano, within which lies the shrine of the elven smith god. It is the most sacred of sites, and now the Witch King has it in his sights. With Destroyer in hand, he marches relentlessly upon Ulthuan's shores, to the tip of the Dragon Spines Peninsula, and into the volcano itself. As expected, the High Elf Guardians are waiting within. Now that's a pretty legit army, so we are not going to fight that right now. However, we are going to move back towards Tor Anrock, since that is going to become under siege very shortly. And we are going to be replenishing due to the Black Ark, and we have plenty of cash, so let's start investing in another army. I think now is a decent time to do so. We can re-recruit our Lord Koval, and he can come and start sorting us out a new army. He's not really specialised in any way other than for Black Ark, Corsairs and Dark Shards. So I think we might just go for maybe some Black Ark Corsairs. They're pretty good, Black Ark Corsairs. I don't know, this is going to cost me a lot. We're going to go into debt. We really are. But we're going to do it. Let's get some Dark Shards. Probably going to go with the 4 units of Dark Shards. How else could we build his army? Blackguard of Nagaron's probably a good shout. They only take 1 turn to recruit though, and they're pretty expensive in terms of upkeep, that is. It would be worth picking up the cheaper stuff first. Let's get some Dark Riders. And that'll do for this turn. I'm not going to push it, because I want to try and keep as much money around as I can. We're still going to be sort of improving our income through Dagrak's End and Iron Frost. We can also now get the Dark Elf port at Bear Isle, which is nice. Yeah, the last thing we're going to get here is the Artisan's House. We're finishing the Artisan's House at Ironfrost as well. Now this gives somewhere for Rubinus to go actually. Rubinus needs to travel all the way over to Bear Isle. And then when she gets there we can upgrade this to the Temple of Cain. Right, Moksha's still sorting out his replenishment. And I think what I'm going to do while I'm waiting is head round to Rakdo Gorge. Let's just go into Shockdrag Mount, then we'll go to Rakdo Gorge, and then we'll travel down to Rothar Spire and try and kill off the Bone Clubbers tribe for good. Right, there has been a Skull Reef that actually landed right in front of us, which gave us 10,000. Wow, that's nice. And it might be worth just travelling up to pick up these treasures before heading back down. I might quickly do that. We travel up here, and we take the Fell Cargo. Then move down and take the Mysterious Island and the Shipwreck. We can come down onto like Tor Anlek and destroy that. We have the Black Ark upgrade available, so we will possibly jump to the Gargantuan Black Ark. However, I feel like we should wait for the population surplus so we can up or invest in a new building. Because we can make it so that we can recruit War Hydras and Black Dragons here. Also Witch Elves, which would be good to help Nolosi out. We've got both of the infrastructure. The other thing we want to do is invest in the Soul Brazier and the Sacrificial Pit of Cain. So we're going to leave that for now and move on to the next turn. So there is an army coming round there, as you can see. Be going back to defend the Griffin Gate. Did sack it again. That's going to be completely ruined. Look at that. Lord Mazdamundi coming back with a vengeance, sinking some of the Dark Elves there. Some of the more of the Cult of Pleasure has died.
Words have great power. The power over life and...
Now they're offering me money. Yeah, we're gonna not do that right now. Thank you very much. Ooh, the New World colonies are zooming across to Grey Rock Point. Looks like that might be lost. And I think the end turns are actually getting pretty damn interesting now. Ritual of the Unrequited Lover was complete, so we get the +4 public order across the board.
My cruelty knows no limits.
Let's go ahead and move across to Tor Anrock. Malekith is ready to attack this army. We're going to have our Black Ark come across. And we should, if I attack out with Tor Anrock, be able to take on this army this turn, which would be good. So let's do that. There is a bunch of Great Eagles. Loads of Flame Spire Phoenixes as well. Not actually too much on the ground, which is really good for us. We got loads of bowmen. Those Great Eagles are not going to stand a chance. Low armor, no missile resistance. They're going to get wrecked. Let's quick save it and fight it on the battle map. Let's see how many Great Eagles we can shoot down in this one. And those Phoenix Guard, they're going to get melted. Okie dokie. Reinforcements are actually coming in from the top left over there. So I mean, we may as well use these guys to like engage because
Dark Elves.
this is the garrison force. Let's start the deployment, start the battle. I'm gonna group these guys. We left the Death Hag behind. Just have a run up here. All left on our lonesome. But Malekith has arrived now, so that's fine.
It is done. Without question. By your command.
Might send the Harpies down to help out if they're gonna go for the Death Hag.
Great spears. Taruki, forward. On to slaughter. Carnage awaits. Dark shards. Blood will flow. Battle ready. Taruki, forward.
The destroyer hungers.
I'm not quite sure what's going on down here, but we've got a lot of Harpies on those Great Eagles. Oh, that poor leader. She's getting wrecked. Right, we do have those guys coming in to fight. Let's just back off with as many as we can.
Great spears. Eager for battle.
Did we leave anything behind? Maybe the Hydra. I don't know.
No mercy.
Just take out Ingmar.
Come forth.
Oh, that was a savage amount of damage coming out of Malekith there.
Hear my words.
Our Phoenix getting shot to pieces. Looks like our leader over here is getting wrecked. That's okay. Not too worried about that. Let's go for a Shadows of Anlek onto these chaps since they're standing there. It'll do a little bit of damage for us. We can get the attacks to come down from the Black Ark. That should help out as well. Then we need to get Malekith into the air, wherever he is. Oh, he is in the air. Okay, that's fine. Actually, maybe he just comes down into the back of these Lothern Sea Guard. You melt their faces off. That might work.
Great spears.
I will. Setting forth. Units.
Right, those Lothern Sea Guard didn't rout, so we're just gonna finish them off with Malekith. Oh, that's a lovely amount of damage. I really appreciate the amount of damage that Doombolt does. It's pretty gorgeous. One of these dark shards, however, they need to go on guard and off skirmish. We can have the Hydra come round and melt the side of those chaps. It might be better to use the Hydra on this melee. We'll have Malekith come in and deal with those guys. Right, let's get the breath down there. What's happening over on this right side? Dark shards are being wrecked by silver helms. Okay, so we need to have some infantry come over there and help out.
No survivors! Time to go!
Lovely. Doing a nice amount of damage. Let's kill off these Lothern Sea Guard. Phoenix has come back to life up there. It's a pretty insane battle, actually. Some of the Dread Spears have been chunked pretty damn hard. I don't think any of them belong to Malekith, though.
Dark shards!
Maybe they do, I don't know.
Rookie!
Kind of lost track.
On to slaughter! Blood will flow! Moving out! Corsairs!
And those Silver Helm taking a lot of damage. Lordmaster of Hoeth taking a lot of damage. It looks like they're all going to run away very shortly, which is good to see.
Forward!
And there they go. Nice. Did the job. So we will end the battle there. And that's a close victory. I think we lost, yeah, probably more men than we should have. It looks like those Dread Spears did belong to Malekith's army, actually. Maybe it was just the Phoenix Guard getting involved. And the leader, I think, did die in the end. The defender of Torhannek.
I have prevailed.
And yeah, these Dread Spears, they didn't die off completely, but they took a lot of damage.
Slaves.
We're gonna take those slaves. And look at the amount of treasury we got from that. Gorgeous. Fortunately, we can't attack again, but what I can do is march into Torhannek to get the extra replenishment. So I'm going to do that, and we'll have the Admiral come round as well. Just in case they decide to jump on the water and have a go. I don't want them to do that. Okay, time for Moksha to move across to the Rakto Gorge. We have the Losi going to pick up.
Dark Lord.
Wait, can we not get to that? We can't even get to that treasure.
Hoist the colours.
Well, never mind then. The army perform better in campaign. That gives us favourable wins. That's actually really useful. Especially if we want to go pick up that shipwreck. Settlement upgrade available at Dagrak's End. The growth here is actually really, really fast. We've had plenty of population surplus to complete these buildings again. Let's finish off the Sorcerer's Abode here. That's pretty much everything done. Suffering a lack of income for Koval. But I think we just gotta do it. We just gotta take a bunch of Blackguard and Nagarond and move on.